Hey, just checking. This is Kimmy's husband, right? Yeah, this is Tate. And you are? Ollie. Look, I'm not the type who likes to dance around stuff, so I'll just say it. I'm Kimmy's boyfriend. Excuse me? Kimmy is my wife. So when you tell me you're her boyfriend, you'll have to understand that I need some answers. So Ollie, tell me, what exactly do you mean you're Kimmy's boyfriend? Oh, come on, dude. Don't act like you don't know what's going on here. Excuse me? You're the one messaging me out of the blue to drop some pretty serious news on me. So if you've got something to say, go ahead and say it loud and clear. You just said you hate dragging things out, right? Then why don't you explain what the hell is going on from start to finish using your own words like a big boy? Duh, seriously? Fine, whatever. You're one of those guys who gets off on dragging out drama, huh? That would get real exhausting real fast. No wonder Kimmy wanted to get with me. The clock is ticking, Ollie. Let's hear your explanation. All right. Like I said, I'm Kimmy's boyfriend. From where you're standing, yeah, sure, I'm the guy she's cheating with. But as far as I'm concerned, she's totally into me right now, like head over heels. So how about you just make things easier for everyone and divorce her already? Is that so? If you're asking me to just let her go, then I assume you've taken care of all the proper arrangements, right? Wait, what arrangements? You're telling me to give up my wife because you say she's yours now, and you haven't even thought this through? You didn't plan a single thing. You didn't brace yourself for any of this. You just popped in out of nowhere like, hey, I'm the other guy, time to split up. Honestly, it's laughable how stupid that sounds. Of course I'm ready. What do you take me for? Good. Since you're so confident, I'll go ahead and kick her out of the house tonight. Wait, what? Tonight? Is there a problem with that? You just announced that you're seeing my wife. I assume that means you've already talked this through with her. You've got a place ready for her to move into, her room's all set up, and you're ready to start your new life together. That's what being prepared means, right? Well, what's the problem now? Don't tell me you didn't at least think about the possibility that she might be thrown out of our home the moment I found out about the affair. No, I mean, yeah, I kind of figured that might happen. She's out at her part-time job right now. As soon as she walks in the door, I'm having her pack up every last thing she owns, and she's gone by tonight. No exceptions, no delays. You can take care of her from now on. Hold on a second. The plan was we were gonna move in together after my current girlfriend moves out. Your girlfriend? I have a feeling there's a more specific term for her that starts with an F. All right. She's my fiancé, okay? My fiancé is still living with me. Unbelievable. So not only are you cheating with my wife, you're also cheating on your fiancé who's currently living with you? What a catch you are, Ollie. Well, that's an issue to be settled between the three of you now. Not my circus, not my clowns. I'll be handling the divorce through my attorney. You can expect to hear from them soon. Wait, what? Your lawyers? We'll be sorting out the compensation side of things as well, so don't act surprised when the numbers come up. Compensation? Hey, hold on. What are you talking about? Once that's all finalized, I'll file the paperwork and you'll know exactly what I mean. So yeah, good luck figuring that mess out. You're gonna need it. What the? I have no idea what's going on right now. Good evening, Kimmy. When your shift ends, don't bother coming home.
Wait, what? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
You got two choices. Go stay with your boyfriend or head back to your parents. Honestly, I don't care which place you choose.
Hold on. What? Tate, where is this even coming from? What are you saying right now?
I just had a lovely little conversation with your boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Yeah, your boyfriend, Ollie. You know, the guy you've been sneaking around with.
Wait, no. What? He contacted you?
Yeah, he did, and he was having an awful lot of fun for about the first 30 seconds of that conversation. Originally, I was planning to wait till you got home, make you pack up your things yourself, and walk you out. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized I don't even want you setting foot across the threshold of my house again!
Oh my god.
So I went ahead and hired a moving company. They're handling everything. Your stuff's already on the way to Ollie's place.
Already?
Once you figure out where you're staying for good, just shoot me a text or something. That's all I need from you.
Hold it right there, Tate. You don't get to just make all these decisions all by yourself. You can't drop something like this on me out of nowhere and expect me to be like, sure, sounds good, see you later, honey. And another thing, why are you just blindly believing his version of the story? You didn't even hear what I have to say. Do you even have proof? Anything at all that shows that I actually cheated?
Kimmy, I've known about your affair for a while now.
No way.
Yes way, and I already gathered everything I needed to prove it. I was just about ready to bring up divorce myself. But then Ollie popped in and handed me the perfect opportunity by admitting everything. So really, he just moved my timeline up by a few days or so, that's all. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon. They'll be dropping off the divorce paperwork at wherever you choose to stay. That's why you need to tell me your address.
But Tate, this is all happening way too fast. I'm getting dizzy.
If you're so desperate to be with him, then don't fight this. The faster you go along with it, the faster you're free.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Hey, Tate, you chickless loser! How about you take a break from wallowing in misery and listen to me? I've got something real important to talk to you about, and you'd better damn well listen up! Who's wallowing in misery? As far as I'm concerned, what happened between us is I had a massive glob of cancer surgically removed from my body. Then, for God knows what reason, you volunteered to have it grafted onto yours. So, how's the cancer treating you, Ollie? I don't have time for your stupid medical analogies right now, you dork! This whole thing just blew up in my face, and it's your damn fault! Is that so? Please, do enlighten me. How exactly has it blown up in your face? Spare no detail. Right after Kimmy got thrown out of your place with zero notice, may I add, she showed up at mine. And guess who happened to be there? Yeah, my fiancé, just like I freaking told you. The two of them bumped into each other and everything went straight to hell. Oh, so your little juggling act finally came crashing down? Yeah, the whole thing exploded. Both of them screaming, crying, accusing each other of being a homewrecker, and then turning their knives on me. That's how my two-timing got exposed, right there, just like that. Wow. Honestly, sounds like karma handled that better than I ever could. Congrats. What the hell do you mean, congrats? I'm getting sued. I've got a $150,000 lawsuit on my back now. $150,000? That's quite the figure there. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy, but if you don't mind me asking, what are you being sued for? Her family's going after me for emotional damages, wedding cancellations, venue losses, the whole thing. I guess they run some massive business that's all in the family, and they were planning a super extravagant wedding with live performances, celebrity appearances, and everything. I'm totally screwed here. Didn't you say you were serious about Kimmy? Wasn't that your whole thing? Huh? What are you talking about? You went out of your way to message me. You told me flat out you were her boyfriend. You told me to divorce her. That's not something you do lightly, is it? So what now? That was just a spur-of-the-moment impulse? You claimed you wanted her, you acted like this was real, and now you want to walk that back like it was all just a joke? Well, I don't know if this counts as me taking it back or anything. That doesn't cut it. You wrecked someone's marriage, you ruined your own engagement, and now you want to cry about the consequences? Whether you meant it or not, you're the one who made the move. So now you deal with it. That's what accountability looks like. You really love the sound of your own voice, don't you? You're talking down to me like I'm some damn idiot. You know this never would have happened if you hadn't thrown her out of your house on a whim just because she found a better man. My engagement is over because of you! Oh no, you cheated on your fiancé with a married woman and somehow it's my fault? Damn right it is! You made everything worse! So I'm telling you right now, that $150,000 my ex's family is suing me for? You're gonna pay every penny! You're the reason I'm in this mess. It's only fair that you pay up! Wow. So this is your grand plan. Screw up your own life, then hand me the bill? Also, just a quick reminder, since your memory seems to be short, you're also being sued by me for $25,000 in damages. That's already in motion. You made the unfortunate decision to deliberately break up a person's marriage in one of the few states that provides legal remedies for such behavior. So what? My lawsuit is way bigger than yours. We call it even, and you send me the rest to cover the lawsuit. Done. That's fair. You've got one hell of a definition of fair. Anyway, my lawyers were very clear with you when they presented the settlement offer. This is the only offer you will get, and it's the only way you're going to avoid trial. You've got until the end of the week to make a decision to take it or not before I escalate. Who could play at that game? You have until the end of the week to give me my money or else I'm gonna sue you! All right, you smug little rat, time's up. Where the hell's the money? You're late. Nice to see you too, Ollie. Cut the pleasantries. I don't need your sarcasm right now. You were supposed to wire me that $150,000 by today, but I just checked my account and there's no money. I told my ex's side you were the reason it's delayed by a day, so you're already screwing me over. Oh, and guess what? Since you're late, I'm gonna have to charge you a late fee. So that's $300,000 now. Congrats! Let me get this straight. You're planning to give the original $150,000 to your ex-fiancé to cover the lawsuit and then just casually keep the other $150,000 for yourself? What, as your little starting over fund after getting fired? Damn right I am. I got canned, man. That money's gonna keep me afloat while I figure things out. So do both of us a favor and wire it to my account, like now. You serious right now? Ollie, you seem to have forgotten something pretty important. What now? You remember me mentioning that I was suing you too, right? You got served and everything, so don't say you didn't know. My lawyers offered you a settlement option, $25,000 to avoid a trial, which will inevitably set you back even more. The deadline to accept it was today. We already talked about that. I told you we'd cancel each other out. Your little $25,000 claim gets wiped out by the $150,000 I'm demanding. Go read the damn messages again if your brain didn't register it. Oh, I read them, but here's the thing. Was that number you threw at me based on any actual legal consultation? Any lawyer involved? Any documentation? Anything? What's your point? My point is, no real attorney is gonna back the kind of unhinged nonsense you've been texting me. So all this yelling about $150,000 or $300,000 or whatever amount you make up next, that's just fiction. It doesn't exist. It's a fantasy. A fantasy? Yeah, Let me spell it out. I don't owe you a single cent. Not $150,000, not $300,000. Nothing. But you? If you don't agree to pay me $25,000 today, then you're going to be on the receiving end of a very long and very expensive lawsuit. And don't forget, you're still on the hook for the $150,000 your ex-fiancé is suing you for. But this wouldn't have even happened if you hadn't kicked Kimmy out like that. If you just chilled out, none of this would have happened. She wouldn't have shown up at my place, and neither of them would ever have known that the other one existed. I might even still be juggling 2 chicks, man. You know how awesome that would be? Just 2, huh? Hate to break it to you, but I didn't find out about the affair because of anything I did. I found out because your ex-fiancé contacted me first. What? She reached out before that lovely scene at your apartment. In fact, the 2 of us had a plan in place. We were gonna walk in on you and Kimmy together and catch you red-handed. But you went and opened your big mouth and confessed like it was some romantic comedy. So yeah, we had to switch gears. Honestly, the only thing we didn't see coming was how spectacularly dumb you'd be. We never thought you'd turn around and try to milk me for $150,000. You know what? Shut the hell up already. I don't need this crap from you. Also, just so you're aware, I found out that your love life was even messier than I originally thought. We just learned last week that there was a 3rd woman that you were seeing. What? Yeah, and she's married too, so now her husband's coming after you for damages as well. You've gotta be kidding me. Your ex said you're probably looking at a total bill of over $200,000 when this is all done. Maybe more. So why don't you save yourself a lot of grief, call my lawyer, and agree to pay me the $25,000 settlement, okay? I hope, for your sake, that you see reason and do as you're told. Good luck with your fiancé and your other mistress's husband. They won't be as generous as I am.
Hey, Tate?
Well, if it isn't my illustrious, infidelious ex-wife. Today's the deadline for your settlement decision, too. Is that what this message is about?
Actually, no. I was thinking maybe we could get back together?
Excuse me?
I'm on my way to your place right now. So, if we're getting back together, then I don't really have to pay the settlement, right?
Are you out of your mind? So what you're really saying is you can't even pay the $25,000 settlement?
I mean, yeah, I don't have the money. I only ever worked part-time, and I spent most of my personal savings on dates and stuff with Ollie. My parents can't help financially either. So I thought maybe instead of paying, I could show how sorry I am by coming back and being a good wife for you again.
You haven't paid Ollie's ex-fiancé either, have you?
Well, no. But once we're back together, I figured you could help me cover that too.
I'll bet you did. Anyway, just get over here, all right?
Sure. Tate? Tate, what's going on? When I got to your place just now, there was a big black van out front. Then when I got closer, a bunch of guys jumped out and they shoved me inside. Then the driver said something about them finding a job for me and that we're going there right now. What the hell is this?
Oh, that? Ollie's ex-fiancé was kind enough to create a job for people like you. You know, people who can't pay what they owe.
What?
She figured since neither of you could come up with the money, the least she could do is give you a way to work it off.
Wait, you're kidding, right? Is this even legal?
Don't worry, your parents already gave their blessing. Everything's above board. Also, I've decided to accept the settlement on your behalf and allow you to pay the $25,000 in monthly installments. So be grateful for that. Work hard, earn your keep, and make sure you pay off every last cent.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nope. this is happening. You wanted a way out? Well, congratulations. You just clocked in. I'd heard Ollie's ex-fiancée came from a wealthy family, but I didn't expect her father to be the CEO of the single biggest construction company in the region. Turns out he agreed to take in both Kimmy and Ollie, the two idiots who couldn't pay their settlements, and put them to work. Now they're sweating it out on different job sites, working hard every day to repay what they owe. From what I hear, they're not just paying off their debts, they're also getting a much-needed lesson in humility. So far, they haven't missed a single monthly payment, so I guess they're at least managing to stay afloat. As for me, I quit my job after the divorce, moved out of our old place, and started fresh in a quiet, rural town where nobody knows me. I've begun rebuilding my life, growing vegetables for the first time, and honestly, I'm enjoying this solo chapter of my life more than I ever expected.
Ian, you said you weren't working late tonight, remember? So why aren't you home yet?
Ugh, Nina, seriously? I'm having a good time here, and you're already blowing up my phone?
Wait, are you drinking?
Bingo! You got it in one.
Are you kidding me right now?
Relax, babe. Chill out. It's no big deal. We're just having a couple drinks after work.
You told me, you promised, no overtime, no delays. We had plans. You said you'd be home. And you lied. Again.
Come on, it's just a few drinks. What's the harm?
The harm is that you disappear without warning and act like it's normal. You said you'd help with the paperwork. You said we'd talk to the realtor tonight. Remember? Do you even realize how much I've been juggling this week?
Jeez, can't you calm down for once? I'm out with the guys. It's called blowing off steam, Nina.
At this hour? On a Wednesday? What is this, college again?
Okay, time to hit the next bar. On to round 4. Let's go!
4th bar? Are you serious right now? That's it. Enough already. Ian? You didn't come home last night. Again, what the hell is going on? Do you even realize what day it is?
Relax, I did come home. I just didn't want to wake you. I got my stuff together and left before you got up.
What? What are you even talking about?
Oh, right. I guess I forgot to mention, I'm on a business trip starting today.
What? A business trip? Are you seriously telling me this now?
Look, it kinda came up last minute, alright? I was checking my schedule, noticed I had this long weekend completely clear, and boom, my boss called and asked if I could cover for a coworker who called out sick. Pretty lucky, huh?
Lucky? Are you kidding me?
Hey, get this. It's in Hawaii. They told me that once I'm done with the work part, I could take a few days off to relax, explore the island, maybe hit the beach. I mean, come on, how could I not say yes to that?
Ian, are you seriously telling me that you are leaving for 10 days to Hawaii and you just forgot to tell me?
It's not that big a deal, Nina. I figured I'd tell you once I got to the airport, but you called first.
You figured. You figured you'd mention it later. Ian, today is Maggie's wedding. Your sister's wedding.
Oh. Right.
You forgot. You actually forgot your own sister's wedding day? Ian, don't you walk away from this conversation. You don't get to opt out of reality because it's inconvenient. You left me to face your entire family alone. You left me to explain why the groom's best man didn't show, why your parents are embarrassed, why your sister was crying backstage because her own brother couldn't be bothered to show up. And what was it for? A suntan and some free drinks in a tropical hotel? Do you even care about anyone but yourself? Nina? Sorry to bother you again, but have you been able to reach Ian? No, not yet. He said something earlier about boarding time, and if that was true, then he's probably in the air right now. I mean, usually phones are supposed to be turned off mid-flight, and with the time difference between here and Hawaii. I guess we won't hear from him for at least another 5 hours or so. Right, that makes sense. Still, this is just frustrating. Nina, I am so sorry about all this. You don't need to apologize. This isn't your fault. But it's still so... Seriously, you have nothing to apologize for. It's Ian's decision, and honestly, I don't even understand what he was thinking. Choosing a trip during your wedding, no less? I agree. I really do. I still can't believe it. You're still going ahead with the wedding, though, right? Yes, we've decided to go on with it. It's a small ceremony, just close friends and family, and... Well, I already spoke to my fiancé. He was obviously shocked and disappointed, but he was also very understanding. We've decided not to let Ian ruin it. I understand. All right, then I'll head to the venue soon. Let's talk more in person once I'm there, okay? Yes, of course. I'll be waiting. Nina, I'm so sorry. Please contact me as soon as you see this. It's urgent, really urgent. Maggie, are you okay? I'm on my way, just walking to the car. Wait, are you already driving? No, not yet. I'm still heading to the parking lot. Oh, good. Then maybe, can I ask you to take the train instead? What? Why? What happened? You just told me 15 minutes ago the ceremony was still happening. What's changed? A lot. Too much. There are multiple reasons we might have to cancel the wedding entirely. Cancel it? What on earth could have happened in just 15 minutes? Before I explain everything, I want to tell you what's most relevant to you. We just received information through my husband's relatives about Ian. Your husband's relatives? Well, that's unexpected. I know, I was just as shocked. But the real shock was the content of what we found out. Okay. Tell me, what is it? Nina, I really think it's best you don't drive right now. Please take the train. This is not something you should hear while behind the wheel. We'll send someone to meet you at the station. All right, I trust you, but please just tell me, what about Ian? His trip to Hawaii, it's not a business trip. It's a vacation with someone else. What? Are you saying Ian's cheating? Yes, I'm so sorry. No, wait, this can't be happening. I had a feeling, a horrible nagging feeling in the back of my mind, but I kept pushing it away, telling myself I was paranoid. You weren't. You were right to doubt. So, if it's gotten this far, does that mean you know who he's with? Yes, we know. And Nina, I don't know how to say this gently. It's my brother-in-law's wife. Wait, your brother-in-law's? As in your husband's older brother's wife? Exactly. The one who was sitting with us at the engagement dinner last month? The one who hugged you and said she was so excited for the wedding? Oh my God. Yeah, Ian's been seeing her in secret. And now they're in Hawaii together under the pretense of a business trip. Well, that's not just betrayal, that's a nuclear-level disaster. We know, it's rocked the entire family. My brother-in-law is devastated, my parents-in-law are furious. Nina, are you okay? I don't know. I can barely feel my legs. They're shaking. I want to scream, but I can't even find the air for it. Please don't try to drive. Let us meet you at the station. You are not alone in this, Nina. Most of the family is on your side. I can't believe he did this. On the day of your wedding, no less. That's why we had to cancel. This scandal, it's too much, too fresh. We need time to process, to regroup, to protect everyone involved. And he just walked out, as if nothing mattered. No explanation, no apology. Cowardice always hides behind convenience, but now he has nowhere left to hide. I'm getting on the train. I'll be there soon. Thank you. Take your time. We'll be waiting.
Huh? Wait, did she send something after that?
Man, finally marked as read.
Oh, Nina, sorry, I've just been crazy busy. I literally forgot to turn my phone back on.
Are you in Hawaii now?
Yep, even if it's for work, I mean, come on, it's Hawaii. Just being here lifts your whole mood, you know?
Well, that mood of yours is about to hit rock bottom. You might want to scroll up through our chat history right now.
Wait, what? Maggie's wedding was 3 days ago?
Correct. 3 days. You forgot your sister's wedding. Would you like to explain how exactly that happened?
Okay, look, I think I wrote it down wrong in my planner. I had it in there for next weekend. Honest mistake.
The ceremony is over. Everything went ahead without you, and you didn't even realize you missed it until just now.
Yikes! Yeah, that's on me. But hey, once I'm back from Hawaii, I'll tell you all about it. And I'll apologize to Maggie, too. I'll make it up to her, I swear. But for now, maybe take a breath, huh? Let's just calm down.
So, are you coming back soon?
Well, about that.
So the answer is no. You're not coming back.
Look, I'm already here. It's not like I can just pack up and leave now. It's a work trip. I accepted it and I have to see it through, right?
Understood.
Really? Wow, thanks. Glad we're on the same page. I'll be back in a week, like I said. Until then, I might be a little hard to reach. Signal's weird, you know, island time and all that.
Sure. Then I'll just say this once.
Okay.
Enjoy your last affair. Make it count.
Wait, last what? Affair? Well, hold on, what are you talking about? Nina, I'm heading to the airport. Time to leave Hawaii.
Ian, I wonder, how did you interpret my last words to you? I assumed you'd grasp the reality of the situation. I thought maybe, just maybe, you'd realize the depth of the mess you're in.
Oh, I got it. I figured since I already got caught, I might as well enjoy the rest of the trip while it lasts. No point sulking in paradise, right?
Unbelievable. Even now, you're still coasting on arrogance.
Look, I know what's coming. You're gonna say we need to discuss the divorce once I'm back in Ohio. Fine by me. I'll take responsibility, pay the alimony, whatever. It's only fair.
Of course you'll pay. That's not even up for debate. But let me ask you something far more important. Do you actually know who Patty, your little vacation companion, really is?
Sure I do. She's one of Maggie's husband's relatives, right? Honestly, I fell for her the moment I saw her at that pre-wedding family dinner. She told me later she'd felt the same spark. We quietly exchanged contact info and, well, you know how it goes. Our love grew behind the scenes.
Nobody asked for your romantic origin story of adultery. Don't ever paint infidelity as some poetic journey. It's disgusting.
Oh, sorry.
What's even more pathetic is that it's now obvious you had no idea who she truly is. You had no clue what family you were messing with.
What do you mean?
Remember how Maggie kept saying she was trying to get a hold of you before the wedding, but you were unreachable? She never got the chance to fully explain her husband's family background.
Wait, what background?
Since I've been granted permission, I'll be the one to explain now. Maggie's father-in-law, her husband's dad, had been hospitalized for a long time. He passed away on the day of the wedding.
What? But I thought the ceremony still happened.
It did. It was a funeral, not a wedding.
You're joking.
Maggie's husband is the second son. With the family's blessing, he chose to leave behind their business and live a clean, law-abiding life.
Clean life? Wait, you mean...
Yes, they're a crime syndicate. I'm not that deep into the world, but even I can tell this is very bad. The eldest son, Maggie's brother-in-law, is the second in command. He's next in line, and he led the funeral in his father's place.
Second in what now?
The man right beneath the boss. And his wife, the woman standing next to him at every formal event, the woman they expected to grieve with the family at her father-in-law's funeral, is Patty, the woman currently sitting next to you on that return flight from Hawaii.
What?
That's right. The boss died. The underboss's wife didn't show up for the funeral. Why? Because she was off on a secret island getaway with the brother-in-law of the youngest family member's bride. Even without understanding the strict world of honor and loyalty they live in, even I can see how catastrophic this looks.
Wait, Nina! People are getting quiet around us. Where did everyone go? Why are the attendants suddenly circling near our row?
I wouldn't know. See, I was not granted clearance to know what happens next.
Nina!
Good luck getting back to Ohio in one piece. Goodbye, Ian.
Wait! Tell me you're kidding! Nina!
It turns out that my husband and his affair partner were taken into custody almost immediately after the incident. From the moment they disappeared, I haven't received a single direct update. Not from him, not from anyone connected to the situation. I don't even know if they ever made it back to the country. It was like they vanished into thin air. No phone call, no letter, no message, just silence. And then out of nowhere, a divorce application arrived in the mail, already signed by my husband. There was no note of explanation, no apology, not even an attempt to justify what happened. Just his name on the line where it needed to be. Alongside the documents, I found a scribbled memo, a short line stating that he had deposited $60,000 into my bank account as compensation. That was it. It was strange, honestly. So anticlimactic that I didn't know how to feel. All that chaos, the betrayal, the humiliation, and this was how it ended? No confrontation, no real closure. Just a couple of papers and a sum of money thrown at me like hush money. And yet, despite the numbness that followed, I didn't hesitate. I went to the municipal office that same day and submitted the divorce paperwork. As far as the law was concerned, we were done, just like that. I suppose part of me should feel satisfied. I mean, I got the compensation, I got my freedom, but still, the way it all ended left a weird aftertaste, like biting into something sweet and finding it rotten on the inside. I won't lie and say it didn't hurt. There were nights I stared at the ceiling, wondering how we got here. I had shared my life with this man. I had trusted him. And yet he chose to throw it all away for a fleeting moment with someone else. Worse still, he didn't even have the courage to face me afterward. No apology, no conversation, just legal documents and a wire transfer. If anything, it made me realize just how little I meant to him in the end. But life, as they say, moves on. Speaking of moving on, Maggie, my ex-husband's younger sister, finally had her wedding about a year after everything happened. She decided to keep things simple and meaningful, opting for a quiet ceremony overseas with just the two of them. No lavish banquet, no extended guest list. Just her and her partner, committing to one another far from the mess that had unfolded here. Though we're no longer related by marriage, I still think of her fondly. Maggie was one of the few people who didn't turn away from me during the chaos. She was supportive, kind, and understanding in the ways that truly mattered. I'll always appreciate how she handled herself, and how she treated me even when she didn't have to. When I heard she had finally tied the knot, I genuinely smiled. She deserves happiness. She deserves peace. And more than anything, she deserves a life untouched by the shadow of her brother's mistakes. In the months that followed the divorce, I focused on rebuilding my life. At first, it was about survival, getting through each day without falling apart. But gradually, it became about rediscovery. I started picking up hobbies I had long abandoned. I reconnected with friends I hadn't seen in years. I even took a short trip abroad just to remind myself that the world is bigger than one person's betrayal. And you know what? It helped. It really did. There's something incredibly empowering about starting from scratch. Painful, yes. Terrifying at times, absolutely. But also freeing. For the first time in years, I felt like I could breathe without having to tiptoe around someone else's moods or secrets. There were no more lies, no more manipulation, no more gaslighting. Just me, and the quiet freedom of choosing what to do next without waiting for someone else's permission. As for my ex-husband, I don't know where he is now. I don't know if he ever made it back to the country or if he's still somewhere overseas, lying low and trying to figure out what to do with his life now that he's burned every bridge. And frankly, I don't care. That chapter is closed. That version of my life is over. I've learned that closure doesn't always come in the form of an apology. Sometimes it comes from within, when you stop waiting for explanations and start creating your own peace. Would I ever forget him? Maybe, but not for his sake, only for my own. Carrying resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. I refuse to give him that power. I'm at peace now, I truly am. Looking back, I can say this. What he did broke me, yes, but it also pushed me to rebuild myself stronger than I ever was. I became someone who knows her worth, someone who doesn't settle for less than honesty and respect, someone who, when faced with betrayal, chose dignity over drama, and that, in itself, is something to be proud of. I hope Maggie's wedding was everything she dreamed of. I hope she continues to thrive in her new life. As for me, I've started painting again, something I used to love before I got so lost in the responsibilities of marriage. It's amazing what you rediscover about yourself when you finally let go of what's weighing you down. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hey there, is this Jenna, Chris's wife? Chris? You mean Christopher? Duh, who else would I be talking about? Right. And who is this? Oh, me? I'm Chris's girlfriend. His what? Girlfriend, sweetie. And surprise, I'm pregnant with Chris's baby. You're pregnant? Yep, just entered my 3rd month. So yeah, time to file for divorce, okay? Excuse me? You can't just... Oh, no worries. I made things easier for you. Left the divorce papers in your shared folder. Chris said you to keep one. I already filled out my side. All you had to do is sign and take it to City Hall. Chop chop. Anyway, bye! Chris?
Ugh. Oh, it's you. Didn't I literally tell you to stop messaging me during work hours? You're seriously interrupting again? God, you're annoying.
I just got a message from someone named Mackenzie. She seemed like, well, not the sharpest tool in the shed, but she somehow had my phone number. Did you give it to her?
Wait, Mackenzie texted you?
So I take it that was not a joint decision. Well, you might want to know she told me she's pregnant with your child and that she wants me to file for divorce. She's already filled out her half of the paperwork, apparently.
Damn! So she finally said it!
Finally said it? That's what you have to say? Chris, what the hell is going on? I'm sitting here pregnant with your baby, and now I find out some other woman is pregnant too? What kind of twisted soap opera nonsense is this?
Well, I mean, we did the thing. She got pregnant. That's how that happens, right?
Unbelievable. That's your response? Not even a shred of remorse or shame? Let me be clear. I am not just going off her word. I wanted to hear from you directly. But your reaction tells me everything. So it's true. You cheated. While I was at home carrying your child, dealing with the nausea and pain and hormonal chaos, you were busy knocking someone else up.
Okay, fine. Can we not do this right now? I got a meeting in 10 minutes. I'll explain everything when I get home, all right?
You always say that. I'll explain everything later, and then later never comes. You're always too busy, too tired, too distracted. Hey, Jenna. So the divorce papers must have arrived by now, right? You've already submitted them to the city office, yeah? Because that means I can finally marry Chris. I just picked up the envelope from our mailbox. I haven't even opened it yet. Wait, what? Don't tease me like that. Jeez, no wonder your husband cheated. You're so inconsiderate. It's people like you that make pregnancy even harder. Anyway, I am pregnant with Chris's baby, so it's obvious I'm a better woman than you. It's literally confirmed at this point. Interesting, considering I'm pregnant as well. What? Yes, I'm pregnant with Chris's child, just like you. Though from your reaction, it seems he hasn't told you that. Now things are rather complicated, don't you think? Wait, are you seriously thinking about keeping the baby? I have every right to. But let me be clear, I have no intention of staying married to a man who cheats while his wife is carrying their child. So yes, I am open to a divorce. Well then great, file it already. Get it done, go submit those papers. Mackenzie, may I ask how old you are? Why do you care? Your writing gives off the impression of someone quite young. I'm simply curious. I'm 20. Why? Well, that makes sense. You're still at the age where you think declarations of love over text and babies make everything better. Aren't you like 30 or something? Getting pregnant at that age, that's kind of rough, don't you think? Not really. It's quite common these days, especially among women who have stable careers, marriages, and actual plans. Still, don't you think Chris would be happier having a child with someone young and cute like me, rather than some aging wife? Let's not pretend your appearance is the central issue here. This isn't a beauty contest. And if it were, your personality would disqualify you. Huh? Your age doesn't exempt you from the consequences of what you've done. I hope you understand that. What do you mean, consequences? The divorce papers won't be submitted until certain matters are resolved. Wait, what? You're not submitting them today? But I need this done. My lease ends next week. Come on. That's your problem, not mine. This isn't fair. You have to divorce him. Don't raise your voice at me. You clearly don't understand how marriage works. Two people legally bound by law can't just break up because a third party demands it. Especially not when children, 2 of them now, are involved. So what, you're just gonna hang on to him out of spite? Not at all. I simply want what's legally and morally due to me and my child. Since you were kind enough to tell me Chris impregnated both of us, I'll be making some requests. What kind of requests? Starting with child support. Raising a child isn't cheap. I'll be calculating a fair monthly amount based on Chris's income, unless you'd prefer we go straight to court. How much? Let's see. For child support alone, probably somewhere between $50,000 to $60,000 over the first several years. And in emotional damages, the infidelity and breach of marital trust, well, the total claim could rise to $100,000 easily, especially if I include you as a party in the adultery lawsuit. $100,000? Are you insane? Welcome to the real world, dear. That's what sleeping with a married man can cost. This isn't what I signed up for. I thought... You thought what? That he'd leave me with a smile? That I'd just step aside? Chris is from a rich family. He's part of the CEO's family. He can pay all that easy. You really think Chris has access to that kind of money? Don't you know what your own husband's salary is? God, that's so embarrassing. Mackenzie, from now on, all communication will go through my attorney. Wait, what? I've tolerated enough for one day. Normally I'd be more than capable of handling this myself, but I'm also pregnant. And talking to someone like you, let's just say I can feel my blood pressure rising, so I'm handing it over to a professional. Oh. Goodbye. And do yourself a favor. Get a lawyer. You're going to need one. Chris, when exactly are you coming home? You do realize that avoiding a divorce conversation doesn't make it go away, right?
Oh, come on. We've already decided on the divorce. Just go file the damn papers already. I'll pay the damn alimony. You can even decide the amount. Cool?
Is that so? Then let me remind you, I'm still carrying your child.
Wait, what?
That's right. And when you factor in child support alongside alimony, we're looking at around $100,000.
Whatever. Totally worth it if I get to marry Mackenzie. She's young, she's hot, and most importantly, not a bitter hag like you.
I see. You're at Mackenzie's place right now, aren't you?
Damn right I am. I'd rather stare at her sweet little face than your bitter one any day of the week. You're past your expiration date. So do us all a favor and get out of that house already. It's mine now.
Sure. Then I'll be taking the furniture and appliances with me.
Are you serious right now? All that stuff belongs to me. I paid for everything. You so much as take a lamp and I'll have you arrested for theft. Got it?
Interesting. Because I distinctly remember paying for all of it out of my pocket.
Say what now?
After we got married, I suggested we go pick out furniture together. You said, and I quote, "I don't get this stuff. Just buy whatever and put it on your card." You told me you'd reimburse me. Still waiting on that, by the way.
I did say that, didn't I?
Lucky for me, everything was bought using my credit card. So yes, I have a detailed, itemized purchase history. Very useful in divorce proceedings.
Okay, how much are we talking?
Around $12,000 in total.
What? 12 grand on furniture?
Well, you were the one who said no one from a CEO family should be using cheap furniture. And let's not forget, the only item you insisted on buying yourself was that $5,000 massage chair.
Wait, that thing was 5 grand?
You picked it, you lounged in it, you even called it your throne, and now it's part of the bill.
Okay, so what now?
If you want me to leave everything behind, that's fine. Just pay what you owe.
Fine. 12 grand for the furniture plus the 100 grand for alimony and support. I'll pay the full $112,000. One lump sum. You happy now?
Excellent. I'll consider that a formal agreement.
Yeah, whatever. It's a big number, sure, but I can handle it. Besides, think of it as an investment in my future with Mackenzie. You know, hot girl, new baby, fresh start. You were just the first draft.
Good to know where I stand. I'll be out of the house first thing tomorrow morning.
Cool! Then Mackenzie and I will move in tomorrow afternoon. Told you this was gonna be easy.
Mackenzie already knows this, but I'll reiterate. From here on out, any communication goes through my attorney.
All right, Miss Formal Pants. Tell your attorney to expect my check soon.
I will. Enjoy your new beginning. Just remember, when things fall apart, You built them on lies.
Hey, Jenna! Answer me, damn it! What the hell is going on?
I told you before, didn't I? If you have anything to say, go through my attorney.
Screw that! You're gonna tell me! Why the hell did I get fired today?
Isn't it obvious? You tried to charge your alimony and child support payments as company expenses. It may not have gone through, but asking the accounting department to handle that transfer was, well, an incredibly stupid move.
That's my future company! I can use the money however I damn well please!
Excuse me? Your future company? Well, that's news to me.
Don't act dumb! I married the CEO's daughter! That makes me the next in line for the job!
Chris, you seriously believed that nonsense?
Wait, what?
I went on maternity leave. I didn't resign. And even if I had, our company doesn't operate on fairy tales like marry the boss's daughter and inherit the throne. We're a merit-based company.
But I thought...
You thought wrong. Even if you were a candidate for the role, do you really think you'd still be after cheating on your pregnant wife and knocking up a 20-year-old girl?
Okay. Look, I've been thinking maybe this whole divorce thing is a bit premature.
Is that so?
Yeah, I mean, think about the kids, Jenna. They deserve to grow up with both parents, right?
Interesting. You weren't thinking about that when you signed away your parental rights to our child, were you?
Wait, what?
Signed a waiver, Chris. You said you wanted nothing to do with my child because you were starting fresh with Mackenzie. Remember?
Well, yeah, but things are different now.
No, they're not. You just finally realized that you've got nothing left.
Look, I'm willing to stay married, okay? Let's just call it off, pretend none of this happened.
It's too late for that. I already filed the divorce papers.
You what?
Filed and finalized. We're no longer married. Congratulations, you're now legally just a guy who cheated on his pregnant wife with a 20-year-old intern.
Jenna, come on, please. I messed up, okay?
Yes, you did. And now you're living the consequences. You lost your job, your marriage, your reputation, and soon, a sizable chunk of your bank account.
But Mackenzie, she's still here for me. She loves me.
You mean the same Mackenzie who called me in tears yesterday after realizing you lied about being separated?
She called you?
Yes. Apparently she's not so keen on playing stepmom to 2 kids from 2 different women, especially after she realized you're broke.
No. She said she was different. She promised.
People say a lot of things, Chris. You should know that better than anyone.
Jenna, please, don't leave me like this. Can't we at least talk face to face?
Why? So you can cry your way back into a home you gave up?
I didn't mean for it to go this far.
But it did. And now you have no job, no home, and no one left willing to clean up your messes.
You don't mean that.
I do. You're no longer my problem.
So what, you just get to walk away clean?
I was clean. You're the one who dragged this marriage through the dirt.
Please, don't go.
You already said goodbye, Chris. You just didn't know it at the time.
Then what am I supposed to do?
I suggest you figure that out. Because for the first time, Chris, you're on your own. Goodbye, Chris. Enjoy your new life. I'll enjoy mine. Without you. A few days later, I heard that Chris had shown up at my parents' house, probably expecting to confront me there, but that was well within my expectations. I had already taken the precaution of relocating to my uncle and aunt's house, which is a bit farther away, in a quiet town where Chris wouldn't think to look. I didn't want another confrontation, not after everything he had already done, not after the emotional wreckage he'd caused. Apparently, when Chris barged into my family home, all puffed up with frustration and fake desperation, my father stood his ground and listened to whatever nonsense he tried to spin. From what Dad told me later, Chris had managed to scrape together the $120,000 he owed by borrowing money from multiple sources. Friends, sketchy lenders, maybe even distant relatives who didn't know better. He was desperate, trying to clean up the mess he'd made, or at least patch it over with money. But life wasn't about to make that easy for him. Just when he thought he'd finally done the right thing by paying me off, Mackenzie, yes, the very woman he'd had an affair with, dropped a bombshell. She told him that the child she was carrying wasn't his. The father was someone else entirely, a man she had apparently been seeing behind Chris's back. And with that confession, she packed up her things and went back to her own family's home without looking back. Chris, in his dramatic fashion, returned to my parents' house and practically threw himself on the floor, sobbing and saying things like, "The only child I ever truly have is the one I could have had with Jenna." According to my father, he couldn't stand the pathetic display. He said Chris's tear-streaked, self-pitying face was so revolting that he physically pushed him out of the house, told him to get lost, and slammed the door in his face. That should have been the end of it. It should have been the last I heard of him. But of course, Chris wasn't done self-destructing just yet. With nowhere else to go and all bridges thoroughly burned, Chris did the unthinkable. He went back to Mackenzie. Despite everything she had done, despite lying to him and breaking whatever fragile trust had once existed between them, he clung to her like a drowning man to driftwood. He was so emotionally bankrupt, and literally bankrupt too, that he tried to guilt her into staying with him. He reportedly told her, "Give me back the money I had to pay Jenna, or marry me and we'll get through this together." Inexplicably, whether out of guilt, desperation, or sheer apathy, Mackenzie agreed. They got married shortly after, quietly and without fanfare, without even informing most of their friends or family. And from that moment on, their lives became a living nightmare. The two of them now share a tiny apartment in a low-rent part of town, constantly dodging calls from creditors and collectors. The furniture is mismatched and secondhand, their meals mostly consist of cheap convenience store leftovers, and the air between them is thick with resentment. Every time Chris tries to assert control or reminisce about the life he could have had with me, Mackenzie reportedly shuts him down. Their arguments are frequent and brutal. Neighbors hear them through the walls. Neither of them is happy. Neither of them is stable. The poetic justice isn't lost on me. Chris, who once stood so confidently by Mackenzie's side thinking he'd traded up, who tried to act like he was the one winning while I was just the abandoned wife, he now finds himself shackled to the very woman who played him like a fiddle. And that proud, smirking face of his has been replaced by hollow eyes and permanent exhaustion. Meanwhile, I've never felt lighter. After receiving the compensation I was owed, I returned to the man who truly loved me, who had never betrayed me or made me feel like I had to prove my worth. Being back with him felt like returning to solid ground after drifting for too long in stormy waters. We started rebuilding our life together from a place of honesty, of mutual respect. There were no more secrets, no more lies, just the two of us, finally free of the chaos that had followed us for so long. Of course, it wasn't easy. Going back to my childhood home during the evidence-gathering process had been emotionally exhausting. The verbal abuse, the humiliation, it all weighed heavily on me. But that chapter is over now. The legal battles, the sleepless nights, the constant anxiety of wondering what Chris would do next, gone. The weight has lifted. I now feel a calmness I haven't known in years. With the compensation funds and emotional closure, we're preparing to hold the wedding we had postponed for so long. A real celebration this time, with only those who truly support and love us in attendance. No lies, no double lives, just love. Chris and Mackenzie, meanwhile, have built themselves a prison out of the consequences of their own actions. They tried to rewrite the rules, to skip over accountability, and now they're paying the price. I don't know if Chris ever truly loved Mackenzie, or anyone for that matter, but it doesn't seem to matter anymore. Whatever spark they once shared is long since burned out. I don't hate them, not anymore. What I feel is something closer to pity. Chris had a chance, so many chances in fact, and every time he made the wrong choice. He gambled with people's lives and hearts as though they were poker chips, and now he's bankrupt in more ways than one. As for me, I've chosen peace. My future is mine again. No more shadows of betrayal following me from room to room. No more questioning my worth or wondering what I could have done differently. I've learned that closure doesn't always come with apologies or perfect endings. Sometimes it comes in the form of watching someone who hurt you finally face the consequences of their actions and realizing that you no longer care. You've moved on. And that, in itself, is the sweetest justice of all. In the weeks that followed, I found myself reflecting on how much had changed, not just externally, but within me. There was a time when I believed that forgiveness had to be spoken, that healing meant confrontation, or that I had to understand why people did the awful things they did. But I've come to understand that some questions don't need answers. Closure doesn't always come with a neatly tied bow. Sometimes walking away is the resolution. My days are filled with art again. Painting, illustrating, even hosting a small weekend workshop for kids at the community center. It feels incredible to be creating beauty out of the same hands that once wiped away tears. There's something powerful in reclaiming your time, your energy, and your space. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.